In a distant village nestled amidst rolling hills, there lived an old sage who was known far and wide for his wisdom. People from all walks of life would seek his counsel, hoping to find answers to the questions that weighed heavily on their hearts. The sage had a peculiar habit. He would often meditate on the edge of a serene pond that glistened like a sapphire under the sun. One day, a young man with a troubled heart approached the sage. He was known for his fiery temper that would flare up like a storm, causing destruction to everything in its path. He came to the sage seeking guidance, for he had come to realize that his anger was ruining his relationships, his work, and his own peace of mind. The sage listened patiently to the young man's woes. He then nodded slowly and said, "My friend, I shall tell you a story that may help you tame the raging flames of your anger. Long ago, in a bustling city, there lived a blacksmith renowned for his skill. His craftsmanship was impeccable, but he had a fierce temper that drove people away from him. One day, a humble beggar visited the blacksmith's forge, seeking shelter from a sudden rainstorm. The blacksmith's anger flared at the sight of the beggar intruding into his workspace, and he yelled at him to leave. The beggar, unperturbed by the blacksmith's outburst, said, "Sir, I bear a gift for you, a rare and precious stone of immense value, but I shall only give it to you if you promise to keep it safe and use it wisely." Intrigued, the blacksmith agreed to the beggar's terms. The beggar handed him a small, unremarkable-looking stone, and with a smile, he disappeared into the rain. As the days passed, the blacksmith's anger continued to wreak havoc in his life. He would lose his temper at the slightest provocation, alienating his friends, driving away his customers, and ruining his work. One day, in a fit of rage, he grabbed the precious stone the beggar had given him and threw it into the fire. To his astonishment, the stone didn't burn. Instead, it began to emit a soft, soothing light that filled the entire room. The blacksmith watched in awe as the light danced and flickered, casting away the shadows of his anger. Slowly, he felt a deep sense of calm wash over him, and he realized the true gift of the stone. It was a metaphor for the preciousness of his own inner peace. From that day onward, the blacksmith began to reflect on his actions whenever anger welled up within him. He would hold the stone in his hand, allowing its soft glow to remind him of the beggar's words. With time, he learned to control his anger, channeling its energy into the strength to overcome challenges and the wisdom to find peaceful solutions. As the sage finished the story, he looked into the young man's eyes and said, "Just like the blacksmith, you hold the power to transform your anger into something beautiful and constructive. Anger, my friend, is like fire. It can either destroy or illuminate. It's up to you to choose how you wield it." The young man felt a newfound determination stir within him. He realized that he had the choice to change his relationship with anger. He resolved to meditate by the serene pond every day, just like the sage. And slowly, with each passing day, he learned to detach himself from the grip of anger, letting it flow through him like water instead of consuming him like fire. The lessons from the story echoed in his mind. Anger is a powerful force, but it can be harnessed for positive transformation. It's essential to pause and reflect before reacting. Just as the blacksmith's stone reminded him of his inner peace, the young man found his own reminders: a gentle breath, a calming mantra, or a moment of stillness. With time, the young man's fiery temper began to subside. He mended broken relationships, excelled in his work, and discovered a newfound sense of tranquility that had eluded him for so long. And just like the beggar's gift to the blacksmith, he realized that the sage's story had gifted him the key to mastering his anger and embracing his truest self. And so, dear viewers, remember the tale of the blacksmith and the beggar's stone. Let it remind you that anger need not control you. Instead, it can be a catalyst for growth, a source of strength, and a path to inner peace. Just as the blacksmith's transformation illuminated his life, so too can you choose to illuminate your own journey by taming the flames of anger and letting your inner light shine bright.